Then, every sunrise is a battlefield, and if you're not ready for war, you've already lost. Ladies and gentlemen, stop scrolling. This is your moment. Every second you wait, your dreams slip away. New video just dropped with David Goggins. And it's the wake-up call you've been waiting for. Tap Nado. Feel the energy and unleash the giant within. Every single morning, the world tests you before you even open your eyes. It's in the weight of the alarm clock, standing the pull of the bed sheets, the whisper in your head telling you that you've earned a break. But the truth is, life doesn't pause for your comfort. Somewhere, something is waiting to knock you off your feet today. That's the battlefield. Most people are waiting for a time when life gets easier so they can finally move forward. But that time doesn't exist. The fight is constant, the attacks are relentless, and the moments of peace are rare and temporary. The sooner you accept that every day is war, the sooner you stop being blindsided. This is not a gentle journey, it's survival with purpose. The enemy you face today might not come with weapons and armor. It comes disguised as temptation, laziness, distraction, and fear. It's the voice telling you to settle, to take the easier path, to stay in the comfort of routine. The worst part, that enemy knows you better than anyone. It knows your weaknesses, your habits, your triggers. It knows exactly what excuses will keep you from taking action. This is why you can't afford to wait for a good day to fight. The good day is today, standing. And it's good only if you make it so. If you don't take the first swing, you've already lost the battle before it starts. Some people walk into life expecting calm seas. But life was never the ocean, it was always the storm. And in that storm, there's no room for the soft-hearted dreamer who's waiting for the wind to calm before they set sail. Standing, you have to be willing to push forward when the rain stings your skin and the wind knocks the breath from your lungs. That's the price of winning. It's not about how smooth the path is, it's about how unshakable you are when the path turns into broken glass. Every day you will be tested, standing. The world wants to see if you'll break. You can't give it the satisfaction. The people who survive the longest in this fight are not the ones who have the easiest lives. They are the ones who stopped expecting life to go easy. They prepared for resistance. They anticipated the ambush. They trained for chaos. Because when the battle starts, it's too late to prepare. You either walk into the day already armed with focus and grit, or you walk in naked and unprotected. That's why the work starts before the sun even rises. You sharpen your mind, strengthen your body, and ready your spirit. So when the first challenge comes, you're not scrambling, you're striking. Every small decision you make is a battle in this war. Every time you choose action over hesitation, you win ground. Every time you let comfort make the choice for you, you lose territory. And here's the thing, your enemy is patient. It will wait all day, all week, all month for you to slip. It doesn't need to beat you every time. It just needs one moment where you let your guard down. One moment where you decide to take it easy, just for today. That's when it moves in, takes over, and makes quitting feel natural. Standing. The war is won or lost in those seemingly small moments. The truth is, no one is coming to rescue you on this battlefield. Standing. No one is going to carry you out of the fight when it gets too hard. This is your war, and you either stand up in it or get crushed by it. Stop looking around for backup. Stop waiting for permission. There is no commander giving you orders. You are the commander. That means you set the tone, you choose the strategy, standing, and you dictate whether you push forward or retreat. Every time you choose forward, you send a message, not to others, but to yourself, that you will not be broken. When you start treating every day like war, you stop being surprised by pain. You stop being rattled by setbacks. You see them as part of the territory. Standing. It's like stepping onto a battlefield and expecting bullets. You don't flinch, you return fire. Life is going to hit you, and it won't care how tired you are, how much you've already been through, or how much you think you deserve a break. That's why your preparation has to be relentless. Not because you enjoy suffering, but because you refuse to be unready when the attack comes. The enemy counts on your weakness. Don't give it the satisfaction. Every challenge you face is not there to stop you. It's there to see if you're serious. This war isn't about destroying you. It's about revealing you. Standing. The version of you that hides behind comfort doesn't belong on the battlefield. The version of you that is ready to sweat, bleed, standing, and sacrifice without complaint, that's the one who wins. But that version doesn't appear by accident. You have to build it day after day, rep after rep, choice after choice. Every time you push through when it's hard, you add another layer of armor. And that armor will save you when the fight gets ugly. Standing. There's no such thing as sitting this one out. You're either in the fight or you're losing it. Every sunrise brings a fresh set of challenges, and every sunset takes away the chance to face them. That's why you can't postpone your fight for another day. The war is happening right now. In the way you respond to obstacles, in the way you choose your priorities, in the way you push past your limits. You don't get to decide if you're in the war. You only get to decide if you fight like you mean it. The battlefield is not somewhere there. It's not just in the workplace, the gym, or the hard conversations. It's inside your own head. It's the mental war that determines whether you stand tall or kneel down. You can walk into the day unprepared, hoping for a lucky break, or you can march into it knowing you've trained for this moment your whole life. And when you make that choice, when you decide that every day is worth fighting for, and the war stops being something you fear, standing, it becomes the reason you wake up ready to go to war again tomorrow. The greatest things you'll ever achieve are guarded by walls you can't climb without pain. Those walls are built from exhaustion, doubt, fear, and sacrifice. Most people see them, feel the discomfort, and turn back, convincing themselves that it's not worth it, or it's not the right time. But the truth is that wall is a test. It's asking you, how badly do you want this? Pain is the currency, and it must be paid in full. Every blister, every sore muscle, standing every sleepless night is proof you're moving in the right direction. If it doesn't cost you, it won't change you. Standing, the path to greatness is not paved with ease. It's carved out through relentless discomfort. Every time you push into pain, standing, you're stepping into the forge where the weak parts of you are burned away. You can't build calloused hands without lifting heavy weight. Standing, and you can't build a calloused mind without carrying heavy burdens. Pain teaches lessons comfort never will. It teaches patience when progress is slow. Standing. It teaches resilience when results seem far away. It teaches humility because it strips away arrogance. It's easy to talk about what you want when life is easy. Standing, it's much harder to keep walking toward it when every step feels like fire. That's why pain is the most honest teacher. It exposes the truth about your willpower. Avoiding pain feels safe in the moment, but it's a slow poison. You get comfortable, you stop challenging yourself, and you start settling for less. Before you know it, years pass, and you've built a life where you're not growing. You're just existing. Pain is not there to punish you. It's there to keep you alive, alert, and evolving. Standing. Every time you feel it, you have two choices: step back into comfort or lean forward into growth. The first choice feels good now but leaves you weak later. The second choice hurts now but makes you unshakable later. That's the trade-off, and only one path leads to greatness. Standing. The world is filled with people who want results without the grind. They want the victory without the battle, the glory without the scars. But that's not how it works. You can't earn respect from life by playing it safe. You can't demand strength when you've avoided every hard thing. Pain is the price for everything worth having. Strong bodies, strong minds, strong spirits. Every setback, every moment of fatigue, every disappointment is part of that payment. You either accept the cost and pay it willingly, or you keep dreaming about things you'll never hold in your hands. Pain has a way of revealing who really wants it and who's just pretending. Talk is cheap when there's no discomfort, but when you're standing in the cold, soaked in sweat, lungs burning, muscles screaming, that's when your true self speaks. That's when you find out if you'll keep going or fold. Standing. The people who make it aren't the ones who feel less pain. They're the ones who stop negotiating with it. They don't wait for the pain to pass. They move forward while it's still there, because they know it's not the enemy. It's the path. Every big dream will demand a bigger version of you. That version can't be born in comfort. It can only be built in struggle. Pain is the resistance that forces growth. Standing. Just like lifting heavier weight tears muscle fibers so they grow back stronger, facing heavier challenges tears the mental and emotional fibers so they rebuild tougher. You have to learn to welcome the hurt, not run from it. The discomfort is proof that you're stretching beyond your current limits. And every time you survive it, your threshold for what's possible expands. There will be days when the pain feels endless, when progress feels invisible, when quitting feels like the only logical choice. That's when you have to remember, pain is temporary, but quitting makes it permanent. The ache will fade. The soreness will heal. The exhaustion will pass. Standing. But the regret of walking away will stay with you far longer than any injury or bruise. Pain is a short-term toll on a long-term road. You pay it now so you can drive further later. Every step through it puts you closer to the place you've been fighting for. Pain isn't just physical. It's mental, emotional, and spiritual. It comes when you fail publicly, when you lose someone, when your plans collapse. Standing. But even that kind of pain carries a gift if you're willing to dig for it. It can strip away illusions, forcing you to see reality for what it is. It can harden your focus, making you more intentional about your actions. It can deepen your gratitude for the moments when things are good. Pain has layers, and each one is an invitation to rise higher than you were before. What makes pain powerful is that it demands presence. You can't hide in the past or drift into the future. When you're truly in the middle of it, you're forced to be here now. That presence is where transformation happens. You become hyper-aware of your limits, your fears, your excuses. And in that awareness, you have the choice to either break them or be broken by them. Pain strips away the noise, leaving only the truth. And when you face that truth, you realize you're stronger than you ever believed. You can't cheat the process and you can't fake the work. The pain you avoid today will be the weakness that haunts you tomorrow. But the pain you embrace today will be the foundation you stand on tomorrow. Every time you walk through it, you add another layer to the fortress inside you. That's why the path to greatness is paved with discomfort. It's not supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be earned. The only question is whether you're willing to pay the price in full, no matter how high it feels in the moment. Motivation is like a spark. It lights you up for a moment, but it burns out just as fast. You can't build a life on something that disappears the second things get hard. Discipline is different. Discipline doesn't care if you feel tired, unmotivated, or uninspired. Discipline is the decision to act regardless of your mood. Standing. It's the force that makes you train when no one is watching, study when everyone else is sleeping, and push forward when the reward feels far away. Without discipline, standing, you're a slave to your feelings. With it, you become the master of your actions. Motivation may get you started, but discipline will keep you in the fight. There's no magic in discipline. It's a choice, repeated over and over until it becomes a part of who you are. At first, it feels forced, almost unnatural. Standing. You'll want to give in to comfort, to take the easy path, to say, I'll do it tomorrow. But every time you push back against that voice, you strengthen the muscle of discipline, and just like any muscle, it grows with resistance. The more you practice it, standing, the less you depend on fleeting emotions to get things done. Discipline transforms effort from something you occasionally apply to something you live by every single day. Discipline is not glamorous. It's not a highlight reel for social media or a motivational quote on a poster. It's repetitive, uncelebrated, and often boring. It's waking up before the sun and doing the work no one else wants to do. It's choosing the hard meal over the easy junk food, the training session over the lazy night, the study over the distraction. Discipline is sacrifice in action, and it's rarely applauded. But when the moment comes to perform, to deliver, to prove yourself, discipline shows up like a loyal soldier ready to carry you through. When you live with discipline, you stop negotiating with yourself. You stop saying, standing, maybe I'll do it later, or I don't feel like it today. You replace those thoughts with commands. It's time to work. It's time to move. It's time to execute. That shift is everything. Because when your actions are no longer controlled by your emotions, standing, you become unstoppable. Discipline turns tasks into non-negotiables and non-negotiables into results. Every day, every choice, every action is part of the mission. You don't wait for the right mood. You make the move regardless. Standing. There's a dangerous lie people tell themselves, that they'll act when they feel ready. But readiness is a trap. The truth is, standing, you will never feel fully ready for the hard things. Discipline ignores readiness and forces action. And that action, repeated consistently, builds momentum. Momentum builds results, and results fuel the fire to keep going. The people who rely only on motivation get stuck in cycles, starting strong, burning out, and starting over again. The people who rely on discipline don't start over. They keep building brick by brick, day after day. Discipline is the armor that protects you from the enemy called comfort. Comfort is seductive. It whispers that you've done enough, that you've earned a break, and that tomorrow will be just as good as today. But discipline sees through the lie. Discipline knows that every day you waste is a step backward, and every step backward makes the climb harder. When you have discipline, you choose progress over ease, growth over stagnation, and purpose over pleasure. It's not because it's easy. It's because the mission demands it. You can't fake discipline. You can't pretend you've put in the work when you haven't. Discipline is built in the dark, in the hours when no one is watching and no one is clapping. It's built when you show up tired, when you show up sore, then when you show up stressed but still show up anyway. And it's tested in the moments when quitting would be the easiest option. That's when discipline proves its worth, when it carries you forward, not because you feel like it, but because you refuse to break the chain. Every achievement you admire in others is the result of discipline, not just passion. Passion may have lit the first flame, but discipline kept it burning through the storms. Standing. Discipline keeps your body strong when your mind is weak. It keeps your focus sharp when distractions surround you. It keeps you steady when emotions pull you in every direction. Without it, dreams stay as dreams. With it, dreams turn into plans, and plans turn into victories. Discipline is the bridge between wanting and having. There will be days when the grind feels endless, when the routine feels suffocating, when the effort feels invisible. That's when discipline matters most. Those are the days that separate the ones who rise from the ones who fall. Because anyone can work when it's exciting. Anyone can push when results come fast. Standing. But discipline is about pushing when the excitement is gone, when progress is slow, and when no one is giving you recognition. That's when you prove you're not just interested, you're committed. Discipline is freedom in disguise. It may feel like restriction at first, but it frees you from the chaos of inconsistency. It frees you from the trap of regret. It frees you from being at the mercy of your moods. Every act of discipline today is a gift to your future self, a future where you're stronger, sharper, and more capable because you chose to do the hard thing, even when it was the last thing you wanted to do. That's the power of discipline. It's not just about winning today, standing. It's about building a life where quitting is never an option. Your mind is the command center for everything you will ever do or fail to do. Before your body moves, center your mind makes the decision. Before you take the first step, your thoughts have already set the direction. If your mind is weak, no amount of physical strength will save you. If your mind is strong, your body will find a way to follow. Standing. This is why the real war starts long before the action begins. It starts in the quiet moments when you decide what you believe about yourself. Standing, you can train your body all you want, but if you let doubt run the show, you've already surrendered. Strength starts in the head before it ever shows in the hands. Standing. Every battle you face is a mental negotiation between the voice that says, keep going, and the one that says, quit. That war happens before you even break a sweat. Standing, it happens when you wake up and the bed feels warmer than the world outside. It happens when you're one step from finishing, but your mind tells you it's enough. The mind is a master of excuses. It will build logical reasons to protect you from discomfort. But that protection is a trap. You have to learn to recognize when your mind is trying to keep you safe from growth. The first victory is not over the obstacle in front of you, but over the thoughts inside you. The problem is that most people fight the wrong battles. They focus only on what's happening outside, the competition, the pressure, standing the workload, without realizing the real fight is happening inside their own head. It's not about beating the opponent in front of you. Standing. It's about beating the one inside you that doubts, hesitates, and complains. Once you conquer that inner enemy, the outside world becomes much easier to face. You stop being shaken by every challenge because you've already defeated the strongest challenger you'll ever meet. Yourself. Your mind will believe whatever you tell it often enough. If you feed it thoughts of weakness, you'll act weak. If you feed it thoughts of strength, you'll act strong. This is why your mental diet is just as important as your physical one. Every day, you're either feeding the thoughts that build you or the ones that break you. Standing. You have to choose which voice gets your attention. You can't expect to think like a champion if you constantly let negative, small, and fearful ideas take up space in your head. Your mind is the soil. Plant strength and it will grow. Training your mind means doing hard things on purpose. Standing. Not because you have to, but because it teaches your brain to stop fearing the uncomfortable. When you choose to step into challenge instead of avoiding it, your mind starts to adapt. It learns that pain doesn't mean stop. It means keep pushing. It learns that fear doesn't mean danger. It means opportunity. Standing. The more you train this way, the more automatic it becomes. Eventually, your default reaction to difficulty is not to panic, but to lean forward and attack it head on. Standing. The mental war is not won in big, dramatic moments. It's won in the small, consistent decisions you make every day. Choosing to get up when you'd rather sleep. Choosing to work when you'd rather relax. Choosing to finish strong when you'd rather coast. Each choice is a vote for the type of person you're becoming. And the more votes you cast for strength, the stronger your identity becomes. Standing. You're not just doing the hard thing. You're becoming the type of person who does hard things without hesitation. There will be moments when your mind screams at you to stop, insisting you've hit the limit. But the truth is most limits are lies. They're mental ceilings you've accepted as real because they feel real. The human body is capable of far more than most people will ever discover. Standing. But they never find out because their mind taps out first. The real breakthrough comes when you ignore the first wave of exhaustion, push through, standing, and realize there's another gear you didn't know you had. That's when you understand. The war in your head is the only war that matters. To win that war, standing, you have to become your own commander. You have to give yourself orders and follow them without debate. 10. And when your mind says, I can't, you respond with, I will. When it says, it's enough, you answer with, one more. This is not about lying to yourself. It's about demanding the truth from yourself. And the truth is you're capable of more than you think. The mind will try to limit you, but discipline, focus, and belief will break those limits. The mind is both the gatekeeper and the weapon. If you let it be controlled by fear, it will lock the gate and keep you trapped. But if you fill it with determination, standing, it will swing the gate wide open and lead you forward. This is why mindset is everything. Because the body only follows orders, and the orders come from your thoughts. You have to choose every day whether those thoughts are building you into a fighter or breaking you into a quitter. That choice is yours and yours alone. When you master your mind, you master your life. Challenges will still come. Pain will still hit. Obstacles will still rise. But you'll approach them differently. You won't wait to see if you can handle them. You'll know you can. And that certainty is what turns impossible into possible, fear into focus, and doubt into domination. The war in the world will always exist, but once you've won the war in your head, nothing outside can defeat you. The battle may be daily, but victory is permanent when the mind is unbreakable.